everyone. Thank you for joining the Black Lion Podcast. I'm your host, Lex, and my co-host, Dom. And today we got a special guest. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hey everybody, I am Killa the Chef, owner of Pretty Girl Chefing, Culinary Services, a private chef company, and CBD distribution company.
Great to have you with us today.
Thank y'all for having me.
No problem. Can you tell us how you got your business started?
So I actually been cooking in restaurants at the time when I decided to start my business for about 10 years. And then I started doing meal prep for somebody, and then they told other people that I did meal prep for them. Um, and then it just kind of took off from there. And that's when I started doing a little bit more research, and I realized that it could be a lucrative business. And I really haven't stepped foot back in a commercial kitchen working for somebody else as far as kitchen wise goes again, because it's afforded me the opportunity to cook what I want to cook or what my clients actually want to have, um, and when I want to cook and make the money that I want to make doing the business. And COVID actually um, pushed my business up because nobody wanted to go out and eat. So I've been doing this for 5 years, but I've become consistently booked pretty much every, on the weekends and everything because nobody really wanted to go out to eat in restaurants and things anymore. So,
That's a blessing in disguise.
right.
What kind of food do you make?
I really do customization. I've been to school for culinary arts, so I can do all the fancy things, the plating and things like that that you see like in restaurants and on Instagram and stuff. But when somebody asks me like what is my specialty, I mean my mom taught me how to cook when I was a kid, so I do like, the southern cuisine and all of that stuff too. Um but it's really my specialization is customer service, because a lot of people don't understand that when you have a private chef, you know now you can really talk with that person about the things that you want to eat. When I do meal prep, you don't eat the same thing twice no matter how long you get meal prep services from me, unless that's something that you request or that you ask for.
That's good. When I do meal prep, I eat the same thing every day.
Oh, that's why you
So
get that's why you get bored and you don't want to eat the stuff no more.
yep, that's very true. That is very true. Where are you based at?
So I am in Savannah, Georgia. I
Okay.
have lived here half of my life. My parents are both retired military, but I'm a weird military brat. I lived most of my life in Beaufort, South Carolina, on Paris Island. Um, so also a lot of things food wise that are important to me are Geechee culture related food, things like seafood, rice, and things like that. The culture is really important to me. So big projects like um, the 40-acre project and things that bring light to the need to help our African American farmers and things like that are important to me. And then I moved to Savannah when I was 14 years old. So I'm 30 now. So literally half and half of my life have been right here. But those two places are only 45 minutes away from each other.
So do you travel
I
or
do.
you just stay in Savannah? Oh, you do travel.
I travel. I travel. Well, I actually have an event in Jacksonville this weekend. On Saturday, I have a brunch in Jacksonville, so we'll be packing up the car. I am a mom of four. I just had a newborn. She'll be 2 weeks old on Saturday too. So
Congrats.
she'll be coming with us to that event because I breastfeed. So she'll be hanging out with us doing the brunch. But my other kids will be hanging out here, terrorizing other people. And we'll be packing up the car and putting on a brunch and then heading back home.
What are your prices like?
So my prices, I'll be honest, they're not for everybody. But it took me a long time to understand that my prices are not supposed to be for everybody. I was undercutting myself a lot. And I think a lot of people in small business and entrepreneurs have to learn that lesson. Um, you know, and it took me a lot because I'm nice, I want everybody, like, I'll ask people like what's their budget and things like that. And you really can't do that as a private chef. So I do, but I do try to be fair. I don't double charge for groceries and things like that. I work on a model of my service fee, which starts at $400, and then plus groceries. Now, if I do a grocery quote and the groceries actually come out less, then you get a credit towards the service fee. So it's pretty nice. And then, of course, if you
That's
want
good.
me to travel, now we starting to
Oh
add.
yeah,
If you want me to travel, then that's based on the distance, and if it's going to be me having to stay overnight, things like that. Um, and also, of course, the $400 fee is just a starting point. If I have to, if it's going to be 10 people, now I've got to pay a server. And I like to pay people correctly, so that changes the price. Menus change the price, things like that.
okay, that's understandable. Are you hoping to make this continue to be a family business? I know you say you have 4 other children.
Yeah, so it actually is, my oldest daughter is 9. I have one girl, well, I have 2 girls, sorry, still getting used to having this new baby. I have 2 girls and 2 boys. Um and so my daughter is a little upset that she is not coming with us on Saturday because she wants to know why she can't come to work with Pretty Girl Chefing that Saturday. Um, but no, that's definitely a goal. And also, entrepreneurship is just big for both me and my husband. He has his own business as well. We both work too. So, but he has his own business as well. And our children have a vending machine and things like that. And we're
Oh, that's
encouraging
nice.
them to participate in entrepreneurship too.
That's great. So do you use any recipes from your family, or you just make up your own stuff?
So I do use a lot of recipes that but it's to me it's not really recipes, it's just how I learned how to cook. Because everything, like, my my original way of learning how to cook was my mom got really sick, and she was on a ventilator for 42 days straight. When she came to, she asked what we had been eating. My dad's like retired drill instructor. He been feeding me like hot dogs and like fast food and stuff. Like, the people at the food court in the mall knew us. So when she realized that I hadn't been eating good food, she couldn't talk because she still had a feeding tube and stuff in. So she started writing recipes. And I wish that I would have kept the notebook, but I don't have the notebook. But I have everything that she taught me how to cook. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's recipes because I can't tell you, okay, put a quarter teaspoon of salt, and I have to get better at that. But I kind of just let my ancestors tell me while I'm sprinkling if that's enough.
That's beautiful. When you first started your business, did you run into any hiccups or you have any problems?
Yeah. I definitely, when I first quit my job at the last restaurant that I cooked at, um someone had promised me the ability to open up a shop. They had been seeing me doing like meal delivery, like I used to sell plates a lot and stuff like that. And somebody offered me the opportunity to open a shop. And I was so excited about the opportunity that I really didn't think about all that would entail or get a lot of the things that were necessary to be in writing. Um, and that was a big hiccup because when it came down to the legalities of it all, the person that I was working with didn't really want to take responsibility for things that are important. I'm a serve safe instructor too. So to me, it's not just about cooking food, it's got to be cooking food the right way. Especially with me having an instructor status, you know, if something happens to somebody because of food that I've prepared, it's an even bigger weight because I teach a class that's supposed to show people how to prepare food safely. And that person didn't really want to participate. They wanted to just, you know, get the money real quick. And so I had to back out of that. And it was a hard decision for me to make a decision to back out of. You know, having a space that was my space that I had put like all on social media and things like that. But that also helped me understand that I don't think that I ever, like, you know, people are always like, oh, I want to open my own restaurant. And that's not a goal for me. I don't necessarily want to have a restaurant. Would I have like a food truck or something like that that would allow me to be a little bit more mobile? Absolutely. But I don't ever want to have an actual restaurant, I don't think. At least not right now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Where do you see your business going in the next 5 years?
The private chef business is very lucrative. So, where I see this being is my absolute goal is to make my private chef business outweigh my. I sell cars too. um, to outweigh my car sales, but my car sales right now are real heavy. So, but that's my current my goal, my short-term goal is to make that outweigh that income. So if I can double my car income with my personal chef business, then that's the only way that I would only do one or the other. But ultimately, once my children get older as well, I want to be able to travel more. Um, Being a private chef like on yachts and things like that for families like on yachts and things like that, that's a goal for me because that's very lucrative as well. A lot of people don't realize how lucrative the food business can be if done correctly.
How many employees do you have, or is it just you?
It's mostly just me.
Okay.
If an event is big enough where it requires me to get employees, then
Hmm.
I will post the ad and hire
Okay.
out and pay them on a 1099. So, um, but as a private chef, I often don't take events that are that huge because my goal is to be able to provide an intimate experience for you. Now,
Okay.
if you really want me to do a wedding or something like that, I most certainly will. I mean, I've done caterings for 200 or more people. Um, but that's just I really like serving one on one. So I really like things that are 15 or less people because it allows just a little bit more intimacy, not cooking food in humongous batches and things like that.
Okay.
Are there any inspiring words or advice that you would tell someone who wants to start a business?
Don't quit. Like literally don't quit. It's been a lot of times where I felt like giving up, a lot of times where I felt like quitting, and then it's always something that makes me be like, all right, I can't quit because that's really where I'm supposed to be. I mean, I literally just start reposting um food. I'm working on my relaunch and everything while I'm out on maternity leave since I can't go back to the dealership because my little one's not old enough to go to daycare. So I've been using this time wisely to work on relaunching my business. And even like the most simplest recipes that I've been posting on Instagram have been shooting up in views and numbers and things like that. Um, and I'm booked this weekend, next weekend, and I have a pop-up shop the weekend after that. And I literally just start reposting and things since I had the baby.
That's great. A quick question. Are you vegan friendly?
Yes.
You are? That's perfect. I know
And
a lot of places I go there, they're not vegan friendly. I'm like, oh
no,
gosh.
that's the
But that's
awesome
perfect.
part of having a private chef, especially if the private chef is trained. Like, I don't follow anybody. Like, it's a lot of Instagram chefs right now, and that's lit. Like, I'm kudos to you if you have been able to catch the wave and do the marketing and do the work to push yourself and build a business that is ingenious, is smart. I'm not stumping on nobody for that. But a lot of those people are not trained. They just know how to cook a couple of things. They saw some things also on Instagram or YouTube and mastered those things. And then you've got actual chefs too. Um, and that's another reason why I got out of the business of doing plates, because I don't want nobody to confuse me with um the person that's selling the $15-$20 plates. And I did that, but that's not what I'm here for. That's not my ultimate goal. I don't want to get famous off $20 plates. um so for me, it's important as a private chef that I know and understand how to do all different types of cuisines. In fact, for my brunch on Saturday, the coordinator messaged me and was like, I didn't know, but one person is vegetarian. And I was like, okay, vegetarian or vegan? Because she didn't know. And she said, oh, hold on, let me check. Come to find out, that person was vegan. If I would have just made the food vegetarian style, I could have made her very sick, because she's not been digesting dairy or any type of animal product. And I'm thinking you're just vegetarian, so I got grits with regular butter in it. Now you sick, so when I told her the difference, she was like, okay, I got extra faith in you now, because she was thinking like, am I going to have to get this person like some random food from somewhere? Absolutely not. We can accommodate that, because that's what you're paying for.
That is perfect. That's great. Can you tell the audience where we can find you at?
Absolutely. So my website I'm actually currently redoing my website, but go ahead and write it down. It'll be prettygirlchefing.com. You can find me on there. You can find me on Instagram at Killa the Chef. Hold on, let me make sure. I think I got a couple of underscores in there. Yeah, I do. It's Killa underscore DA underscore chef. So you can find me on there. You can find me on Facebook, Pretty Girl Chefing. And like I said, I do travel. I'm literally a message away, so we'll definitely set something up if you are not in my area.
That is perfect. Dom, got any more questions?
No.
No. All right. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming on our podcast today, and we hope your business booms.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I thank you guys for having me. And I look forward to watching y'all's views shoot up to the moon as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.